One more thing that I have here is Juan Thornhill. I mean, he's such a big acquisition for the Cleveland Browns this offseason. And, during minicamp, you heard him, I heard him. He was very vocal. He's an unbelievable leader. We saw him mixing it up with fans a little bit on social media. I mean, he brings a big booming presence to the back end. And, they kind of lost a guy a little bit like that in John Johnson 3, who came in with a big personality, a lot of personality. He was very dynamic. He talked a lot. You heard him. He said cool things in the media. He was fun to talk to. So Juan is similar in some ways, but he also comes with three straight Super Bowls, including two Super Bowl rings. So I think these guys are really going to follow his lead. I think he's going to set a tone of just positive energy there in the back end. And I think he's just going to make an impact on and off the field. I think you're going to know he's there. Some safeties you don't always know and feel their presence, right? Like Grant Delpit is kind of an under the radar guy. He's kind of quiet. He does his job. He does his thing. Not Juan Thornhill. I mean, there was a play where he was yelling something like, you guys are throwing it to me and I'm not even out on the field. Um, you know, he he's funny, he's engaging, and I just think that he's going to make a very, very big impact. And I think he's going to get his hands on some footballs, which I think is important.
Yeah, it's when we talk about Juan Thornhill, I just keep wondering, like, why didn't it work out with John Johnson the third? It just felt like everything felt right about that signing. It felt like the timing was right, and I remember his first training camp being really impressed with, like, just seeing him line everybody up, and the way he kind of controlled things. And I feel like Juan has a lot of those traits as well. And so hopefully kind of this second crack at spending big at that position is going to work out. And because he's got that ability, he can be the leader in that room. And with John, I think, I don't know, maybe he just got disappointed with his role, or he didn't love kind of where he was, and it just ended up not working out. But I think this has a chance to work, and I think Juan sort of brings a different sort of vibe maybe than John did. But there are some similarities there from that leadership standpoint and that ability to kind of rally guys and understand a defense and kind of understand that chess match. And those are all good things.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, Juan is so solid and so good at his job that who knows, he could end up being the green sticker guy. I don't know what the plans for that are yet, but certainly, usually you want to have it be a linebacker, and it might end up being that. But I think Juan has the capability and the qualities to be able to do it. But yes, certainly there are certain similarities between him and John Johnson. And I think that Juan Thornhill and Rodney McLeod together are going to bring a really strong tone setting vibe to that defense in that back end. Rodney brings experience, 5 years experience in Jim Schwartz's defense. Juan Thornhill brings three Super Bowls, high level of play, and high energy. They went to the same college. I think that, those guys are kind of already paired up a little bit. And I think they're going to help transform the culture in the back end, which I think was somewhat needed.
And one, coming from Kansas City, that's a